Ready to see redemption? A lot of redemption. We win in this special two-part episodes of Projects. Alright, everybody. Welcome back to part 2. Part 2 of going fast in General Hawk. So, yesterday was a complete fail. 2 motors didn't work out. None whatsoever. But today I feel like we're going to have redemption. Because this car is going to get the biggest engine it's ever had. We're going to be putting in a 7.4 liter 454 Chevy engine in this thing. I just downloaded the motor. I have no clue what I'm doing with it. So, let's throw it in the car, throw the supercharger on, tune it up to where it's not going to blow up as on the start line, and see how fast it'll go down the strip. We're not going to look at horsepower until the end. We're just going to go off at drag times. Keep that suspense in there and also make this a little easier. But let's just hope that we can get this thing down the strip without blowing up. Well, that's it. Chevy 454 V8. It sounds cool. Hopefully this is a good turnaround for this car. Let's do just regular dual side pipes. And a stage 4 supercharger. Let's put the 4-speed back in it. So this thing is right now revving up to 5 grand. Let's see how she does here. Well, why am I not surprised by that? Alright then. Let's go with a low stall. See how this does. No. I don't understand why this thing is revving so far out. I put a rev limiter on it, right? Adjustable rev limiter. This is really going to affect power. Let's just take it down the strip. Let's see if it blows up. If not, there's only one other engine I have that we can use. Let's not go on the converter here. Yep, there it goes. Wow, this motor was a bad idea. It is a junkyard motor, so... Whew. Great. We're off to a fantastic start. Alright, we're back to the tried and true. Small block. No nitrous on it yet. But it's got a new performance block in it. It's got the race performance. It's no longer the stage 3, so let's see how this goes. It's like the smoothest pass I think we've had, but... Trans ain't happy. First gear is slipping bad. Wonder if it's got to do with the diff. Because I think I did have this thing with a different diff in it. Not the 308. Well, let's rev it out. Let's go back to 6500. Because I know this block can take it. I'd even have to go to a higher stall. Feels like it's making no power though. Well, that felt a little more aggressive. Well, holy shit! There we go! 7.6 not on spray! There we go! The fucking small block. You can't fucking kill it unless you put a 300 shot on it. Let's go for another pass. Car's wheeling pretty hard, which it shouldn't be, but I think I just need more tire pressure. So I'll probably put it up to 20 psi and see. Because I think the car needs to spin in order to not pull the rear wheels off the ground and launch like it is. Oh, Jesus, don't do that. This thing is really wearing down my patience, but I don't think I'm going to get this engine to go any faster or tune the wheelie out of it anymore. I think we're going to look at the horsepower. So I definitely think nitrous is going to help this thing go low sevens, especially since we just did a 763 the pass before and a 764 just now. We're on the verge of doing it. It's just, it needs the nitrous. So let's look at the power. We are going to be making... We're making a little bit more power on the supercharger. We're making 1927 to the wheels. Before it was only making 1700, so we picked up horsepower again, especially with the rev limiter the way that it's tuned. I don't know if I can get the rev limiter to rev out even more, but the low stall converter seems to be good. I don't know if I should go to a medium stall, if that would help, but I'd say let's shove the bottle in it and see how much faster it can go. Which I hope it's faster. I need a win. So let's just go nice and easy, and to make sure that we're not going to blow the motor up, let's just do 100 shot right off the bat. I don't want to go crazy. Put a 20-pound bottle in it. Of course, it's more weight in the back of this thing that I don't want. I'm considering putting a smaller tire on the back. I feel like the tire's way too big for this car. I think a smaller tire will help the wheelie, just to get the tires to spin a tiny bit off the line. I don't want it to be spin city, but I need them to spin a little bit, or to catch less grip. Alright, so let's give 100 shot a try. We are making 2,000 horsepower on 100 shot. This thing also has a welded diff in it right now. The limited slip, I just felt like it was putting too much power to one tire at a time. Let's back up a little bit. Let's get the tires nice and warm. If it could stop doing this bullshit with the apps. Purge. See if it blows up. $7.5, $7.52. Oh, this thing is starting to get iffy in the brakes. I wish this game had parachutes. We're in the right direction now. 7:52, new fastest pass for the car. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put the hood back on the car. I'm going to put a smaller tire in the rear and see if that helps at all. Wow. Smaller tires, not happy with this car. I'll give it one more shot, see if it helps. It's as best as that launch is gonna get. So I think it's time. Oh boy. This thing's getting too fast for the quarter. It's time to step it up. 250 shot. This is the make or break moment right here. If the car blows up or does something stupid or anything. This is the moment where I decide if I'm going to keep this thing as a drag car too. Because I'm done trying to tune this car to go fast. 200 shot. Not even going to look at the horsepower. We're just going to send it. This is it. Make or break right here. All of that. 2 days of frustration to only improve by 2 seconds. Well, not even that. 0.2 of a second. That's annoying. My fucking head hurts. And I've put more than 3.5 hours into tuning this car to just go a 744. Beam, I really do have to ask of you, make the performance in this game better. The UI is infuriating. The cars, you can't make them go faster at all. The way that these cars react is not simulation at all. This car can launch way better. Way better. But just the way BeamNG physics work with these tires, with the drag slicks, there's no possible way that I'm going to get this thing to launch any better. Unless I put a way smaller tire on the car. I put the bigger tire even back on because the smaller tire was just way too sketchy off the line. And a 7.4 is improvement. Wow. Well, I do have to ask this though. Can anybody make a parachute mod out there? Because this car needs a parachute. Because there's no way I'm stopping at the end of the quarter mile. This car has just gotten beyond sketchy now to drive in the quarter mile. Probably not going to race this car for a while. Because I'm just going to need to wait until some better stuff comes out for it. But I guess I'm in the low 7s. Man, it was a lot of work to get this car here. We're even back with the goddamn same amount of cubic inches that we started with. 30 fucking PSI of tire pressure for this thing to not wheelie its ass off. Seriously, this thing needs a lower wheelie bar. I wonder if I drop the fucking ride height in the rear, if it would just wheelie a bit less. I'm curious. How many clips am I at? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some cutting with this video again. Just for curiosity's sake, and it's adjustable, let's drop the rear shocks to 0. Hopefully that doesn't lower it too much to where the tires are going to be inside the quarter, but let's see. You could probably go down a little more. Probably go down even a little more, but I'm gonna have to think about how the car squats. Nitrous, trans brake. $744 still. I could probably go down like a touch more in the rear. Just like the tiniest bit more. Because I'm trying to think, if the wheelie bar is lower to the ground, it's going to mean less pickup. Maybe I should just make this thing into a gasser. Maybe that's what I'll do. Alright. Nitrous, boom. Oh wait, what? What the fuck did I do in 8.2? That felt really solid. Hold on, no. There is no way that was an 8.2. Oh, 7.3. Alright. I think we've hit victory. 7.3. It's 3/10 of a... Yeah, 3/10 of a second now. pretty good. I'll take that. 7.3, yeah, I'd call that low sevens. We were just on the fringe of it with a 735. But I think it's time to change up what I'm doing with this car, or it's time to go gasser. Jack the front up and lower the rear to where it won't pull as hard of a wheelie. But I could sit here and keep doing passes all day long. I think this is where we admit defeat, but with some victory. 6 engines later, 2 days of blood, sweat, and tears, and a 7.3. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Projects, and I'll see y'all next time.